hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip
Bars is back.
hip hop,
Santa
hip
Ant.
hop,
Oh God.
hop,
What's
hip
up with you? I done watched them niggas do interview after interview. They not culture vultures. The culture something.
Let's jump right into the battle.
Yeah.
Then we'll
Okay.
jump into a little bit of your history. What do you think last night? Now let everybody know you're the former DJ of Gucci Mane, right?
Yeah. I was his DJ 2007, 2008. And while I was his DJ, on the road, we constructed what a lot of the streets, especially in the South, call mixtape classics.
No
First
doubt.
one I did was No Pad, No Pencil, and that was featuring production mainly by Mike Will Made It, and also that was in conjunction with Hood Affairs DVD. But I slid some his other songs in there along with the Mike Will freestyles because I thought it would make it with hotter. You know what I'm saying? That was the first mixtape, but it's a story behind that one. Then after that, I linked with my homie, my hood brother DJ Scream to do Guapaholics and Traptacular. Then the crown jewel, everybody says my best one, the So Icy Boy, this one which had Make the Trap A on it as the first song. That went crazy around the country. It took over the whole country in 2008, and it projected OJ the Juice Man into the stratosphere. And then I did the So Icy Boy This Too, which was a follow to that one. That was the Free Gucci Man mixtape because that's when he had got locked down, and that's what I did, to solidify, everything that we had done.
Dope. So I was on your IG a couple hours ago, and I seen you drop the post that was interesting. I wanted to bring it up and get some better context. 99.9% of the people speaking on Gucci and Jeezy don't really understand the situation, nor have they ever met them. Give some better context for the people out here who obviously just watched. There's damn near 2 million people out there. They don't all know the history behind what happened between these two brothers. Hell, we don't even know the way you know. So give us some context if you don't mind.
And I'll speak on it like this. It's interesting because I study social media just like you fellas do, and to see how everyone formulates an opinion on limited information, and a lot of times that's assumption, especially me being on the inside for as long as I was, to see the tension that was there, because the first show I ever did with Gucci was Birthday Bash 12, and for some reason whoever did the booking put our dressing room directly adjacent to Jeezy's dressing room. So just imagine, this is our first time ever at Birthday Bash. This is my first show ever with him. It's 20,000 people there, and you got this tension where these cats have street problems. This ain't rap beef. This is street beef right next to each other. And because of this situation, how we used to move, we had to have security traveling all around the country. In Atlanta, things are very, very tense, that a lot of behind the scenes stuff that the average person does not know. And they think that, oh, okay, this is blah, 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 and this should be this way. And it's really not. It's crazy how people have formulated an opinion to say one way or another, because I see how the media is trying to spin and make Gucci the bad guy and Jeezy the bigger person. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy. That's why I made that post.
Now, what the situation? You ain't got to get into too much of the details, but what happened to them to make them, start going at each other's throat back in the day? Where they go wrong?
I mean, from and this is how it was explained to me directly from Gucci, that Jeezy was going to be on the song. The song came out because I remember this when I was a radio station DJ at Clear Channel. I had it. Yeah, So Icy. So I had it wrong. I was promoting it as Jeezy's song, So Icy. But one of my station mates said, nah, Kwik, that's Gucci's song featuring Jeezy, because of how I got it in the email. So I had to correct myself on that. That's before I was his DJ or anything. This is just a radio station DJ, a club DJ. So from my understanding, the problem stemmed from whose album was it going to be on. I was told that Jeezy wanted to use it for his album, but Gucci was, no, this is my song. It's going on my album. So tension from there. And then, fast forward into history, the alleged bounty of $10,000 on the chain and then that fateful night where, you know what I'm saying, people were shot and killed. So it's, you know what I'm saying, just as a person behind the scenes, seeing everything that we had to deal with. I know I had to deal with because I did another interview earlier today, and it was like, well, what was it like being a DJ? I was like, this man would go to safety first. I would be the DJ packing up my stuff in the club with the rowdy people by myself, no security, and I have to sometimes walk through the crowd, you know what I'm saying, of hundreds or thousands of people with no security. And just think how things are today. I can't get to Gucci, but I get to his DJ. You see what I'm saying? So it was always tense. And I'm like, y'all have no idea what it is. Y'all just assuming. And you know, this is the day of internet trolling and everybody makes jokes and makes light of things. But I know certain situations that it was never a joking matter.
Now, did it go from a disagreement with the song to strapped up to street, or was it something kind of underlined? You don't got, like I said, we don't got to go into detail, but was something more underlying?
It was the tension from the tension from the song, and then you know people start trading barbs back and forth. But like I said earlier, it's not necessarily the people that the problem is with; it's the people that surround them. Because what? Sometimes people want to earn stripes. So what? In order to earn stripes, we see what happened with the situation with Quando Rondo and allegedly Lil Tim. Quando Rondo wasn't the shooter. King Von wasn't the shooter. But what? It was somebody from the entourage that pulled the blammer and said, I'm going to make my stripes. And a lot of situations brew, bubble, and boil over because people in the entourage want to earn stripes.
So did you ever feel threatened at the time of the heightened, beef? Did you feel threatened as a DJ?
Of course.
Like physically?
Of course. I mean, I could just we did a show in Chicago at this club called the Prop House, and the DJ booth was in the back upstairs on like a gangway. I'm in there. People flooded the back room. There's 60 people in there. I don't know anybody, but one of my homies that's a DJ, he saw what was going on. He came up there because we're trying to perform the show, and I had my sampler. One of the people just kept randomly hitting the air horn button during the course of the show. And on the way out the door, it was a big brawl where the security had to back people down with the hammer out, rush Gucci into the limousine, and I'm still inside the club while they riot and brawling and fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there by myself. It's a couple thousand people. I'm trying to get out the door. It's like, where's Kwik? Where's Kwik? I come out the door. He got the 40 out, pushing me and rushing me to the limousine. And the limousine driver was on some funny style stuff where he was parked down the street and not directly in front of the club. So we had to run down the street to force me in the limousine after all of this went on.
Let's fast forward to the battle.
You know what I'm saying? This just
go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do you think?
I mean, this was, you know what I'm saying? This was an everyday occurrence. I mean, a lot of shows, it's fights and it's riots. Like in Pittsburgh, we went there twice and couldn't get past a verse and a hook before it was a riot in the club. You know what I'm saying? So this was high risk. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't like it is now. People come out, everything is all. No, this was high risk. Every show. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this was show after show after show after show. But you know what I'm saying? We'll fast forward to the battle.
Yeah, what did you think about it? What was your overall thoughts about the whole thing?
I thought it was, for the culture, definitely good. But, you know what I'm saying, we all see how it went. And it got very, very tense when he performed The Truth. And a lot of people was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we can curse on how. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think, brother? Do you think?
Because I know about the algorithm, but, you know, I've done radio for a long time. So, you know, so I could definitely do interviews without cursing. But things went left. But you see how Google was like, hey, you knew what it was off the dribble. I was going to perform these songs. And if I couldn't perform these songs, I wasn't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, that situation is a very, very personal one. If somebody puts a bounty on you, if somebody tries to kill you, for you to even be in the same room with the person that's alleged to have caused or set in motion these events, is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely for the culture of Atlanta because I lived there in Atlanta. I stayed there at the house with Gucci and Waka and Deb and rest in peace to KO Red, 2007 and 2008. You know what I'm saying? Before the situation fell apart, KO Red was my roommate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to see how that matures into that right there in and of itself is unbelievable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this just didn't happen overnight because you could, you know what I'm saying, fact check. Deb has been trying to get this to happen since 2007. So this been 13 years coming. She was like, Kwik, if him and Jeezy could squash this shit, they could go out there and make so much money.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept telling her, I said, look, man, somebody life is going behind this. It's just a lot of tension. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a lot of things that happen in the course of time where it's hard to forgive. You know what I'm saying? I know as a person, it would be very, very hard for me to forgive somebody that, you know what I'm saying, may have set in motion these events that almost cost me my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good spirited person. I have a good soul. But when it comes to that, I don't know if I can forgive that. You know what I'm saying? So I salute Gucci on that just for even being there. But you know what I'm saying? When you get into the songs, you know what I'm saying? I'm a DJ, so I'm going to critique that heavily. You know what I'm saying? I was very appreciative. They played 3 of the songs that were on my mixtapes, but I personally felt that this should have been more of a battle and just an exhibition. You know what I'm saying? Just a once in a lifetime event. You can't, you know what I'm saying, unring that bell and ring it again. So personally, I thought that, you know, looking at the criticism, oh, why did he let songs play so long or the intro was too long? I was like, that's on the DJ. You know what I'm saying? When he played Street Nigga and you heard DJ Ace say, hey, why would you play a song with another DJ drop? That wasn't a DJ drop. That's how the other DJ Ace that used to be Gucci's former DJ introed the song. You know what I'm saying? So he could have cut and pasted the instrumental that's on the very end down to 4 bars and then had Gucci come in. You know what I'm saying? They should have did it like a battle. You know what I'm saying? They really trying to do it, but you know, you kind of see how the train kind of went off the track when they started playing the diss records, and then he went back and forth with some commercial stuff from the mixtape Gucci, and it just kind of, you know what I'm saying, for like 5 songs, it kind of got kind of like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
So I mean, I know y'all saw that, I saw it, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I mean, it was just like I wouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? Kwik would not have done that. You know what I'm saying? That would have never happened with me. You know what I'm saying? So the battle was definitely a beautiful thing for Atlanta, for hip hop history. I think a lot of fans wanted to see this for years. You know what I'm saying? I personally didn't think it was possible. You know what I'm saying? But it happened. I'm just like, I'm still blown by it.
Yeah, that was the first thing I said. I was like, there's no way they're gonna Gucci would ever do something like this because of the circumstances. When I seen it happen, I'm like, all right, that's definitely a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
It was definitely a good thing.
When did you think we were talking before we got up in here, and we were like, there was no way that they reconciled yesterday or even a couple of days ago. This had to be well in advance for them to even be able to go on stage together and do something like this for the people. When you, in your opinion, do you think they kind of squashed it?
I think it was going on for quite a while, you know what I'm saying? Because I saw the interview with Jeezy on another platform. I'm not gonna say because I know you guys do your thing, but I saw the interview today with Jeezy on another platform, and they talked about it. So I do believe it was something that has been in the works for years. Because something like this just not happen overnight. Knowing the type of person that Gucci is, you know what I'm saying? He's a very, very strong individual, and once he has his mind set, either way, it's gonna be what it is. So for him to get there is a beautiful thing. It shows growth, but it also shows that he thought about the culture of Atlanta and not just his personal feelings that he is very well entitled to have, just as a man. You know what I'm saying? He's entitled to feel how he feels about that situation. And I can't say he's wrong, and the public can't say he's wrong. But it was a beautiful thing. But I think it took years because I know for a fact, personally, from being around Deborah Anthony in 2007, she had been trying to do this since then. So for 13 years to pass and it finally happened, I know a lot of people are happy. I'm happy for it because I know, and I quote, he said, Kwik, I don't like me and him on the same song. because I'm gonna put y'all on some game y'all might not have peeped. When they had to say each other's name last night during the battle, you notice they didn't say it. The record said it. Neither one of those names came out of either one of those artists' mouths, because I used to cut out the me, Jeezy, and Boo part on the wave file, so I wouldn't have a chance of letting it play, because we only performed so icy maybe 3 or 4 times. Then after that, he was like, "Quick, I don't want to do the song no more. I don't like me and him on the same song." You know what I'm saying? Because you seen Jeezy said, "I'm with the Gucci Mane." Nah, he didn't say that. The record said that. His mouth didn't say that. And then when Gucci part came up, me, Jeezy, and Boo, Jeezy never came out of Gucci's mouth. So if you go back and watch the replay, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Now, what do you say about the people who said that one particular part was like staged or whatever? I know, talking to you, that it wasn't, but a lot of people saying they already rehearsed this. Like, he would act like he got mad at him. Then at the end, they'd be all good. What do you think about people saying that?
Stage, nah. I
Right.
mean, I done seen Gucci go from 0 to 100 like that. And I know that wasn't staged. When I saw the way he started walking around and those certain mannerisms, I could tell that man was getting heated. Because when he said off the dribble, I was like, oh, he in his element now. You know what I'm saying? When he said you knew off the dribble, right then and there, I knew that he was getting heated. You know what I'm saying? Because most people have never been around him when he's angry, because a lot of them keep it 100. A lot of niggas afraid of him. They fear him because they know he's a killer. So they scared to be around him in that type of element, especially when he's getting angry, because they don't know how it's going to end. But I understood that once he was in that space, that wasn't staged. That shit was 100% real.
Yeah, when he started disrespecting Pookie Loc right to Jeezy's face and started saying some of the things he was saying, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That may have been, you know what I'm saying, years of pent up frustration. Only that man knows, because he said what he said. But I know for a fact that if that man got something on his mind, he gonna say it. He ain't gonna bite his tongue. He not gonna bullshit and beat around the bush. He gonna get straight to the point. Cause I remember one time we did the show in Dallas, and I ain't gonna lie, I was slightly out of pocket. I sped the pitch up on the song a little bit. He got mad and said, "Don't nobody rap that fucking fast on no fucking song." So if he could say that to me while we on stage, him doing what he did is not a stretch.
Yeah. What do you think about the DJs now? Did you say that one of the Jeezy DJ now was Gucci's former DJ, something like that?
Same name, DJ Ace, who's Jeezy's DJ. It's a different DJ Ace. DJ Ace that I'm talking about is my hood rich brother. You know what I'm saying? That's the guy that's on the voice of Street Nigga on the intro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the other dude in the back that rock with Gucci after I was there is DJ Holiday. He does radio in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And he was, you know what I'm saying, rocking with Gucci after I was there. Because before I left is right, you know what I'm saying, right before he started getting locked up, and ultimately, you know what I'm saying, doing that stretch, because he did a couple of stretches in jail, you know, in and out, but before the long stretch, because I left right before the first of the short stretches.
Why did you leave, and what was your career like after?
I mean, the reason I left because it was about the business. I mean, we never had any bad words. Me and Gucci never had any harsh words between each other. It was always cordial because we never had our first conversation until after our 5th show was done. We did 5 shows, and even though we did the birthday bash, which was crazy because, you know, that's when Pills was out and the whole city of Atlanta was waiting to see Gucci. You know what I'm saying? He had just started getting heavy rotation on Freaky Girl. Then Pills was heating up the street. And then, you know, anybody that's hot in the street in the A is definitely going to be at Birthday Bash. And they waited to see us perform. We was like one of the next to the last groups to perform. So, you know what I'm saying? I was there. The mixtapes that I did helped this man's career. The No Pad, No Pencil scared the label so much that they thought it was going to be harder than Back to the Trap House, which it was. We didn't get no shows when Back to the Trap House dropped because the people wasn't feeling the album. Deb used to want us to perform songs off the album, but Gucci was like, I'm not doing it. He wanted to still perform the songs that he had out and also some songs from No Pad, No Pencil. Then I dropped Guapaholics. Boom, phone ring. We got 12 shows that month. The next thing you know, boom, we doing 12, 16 shows a month with the help of my mixtapes. But then, you know what I'm saying, right there when I dropped my so-called most classic one, So Icy Boy, I'm in the studio finishing up the mixtape. I get a phone call, you know what I'm saying, from the road managers like, Kwik, you know what I'm saying, we want to talk to you, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying, we pay you too much. I'm like, paying me too much? I'm like, how? You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing is contributing heavily, you know what I'm saying, to everyone. Not just me, but all of us. They wanted to cut the pay X amount of percentage. And I was like, no, you know what I'm saying? Before we cut it that, we cut it 100%. You know what I'm saying?